So lay it out for us. How will this work? Why blockchain in MapleStory? And are you doing it more in other games as well going forward?
Right. I hear you. Maybe it's best to step back a little bit to give you a broader perspective. The gaming industry in general is undergoing tremendous hardships with ever-growing development budget to deliver every update and ever-diversifying taste of core fan base that they want to acquire. Under this trend, we are tapping into a new business arena where we build the ecosystem, and this is where entertainment value is co-created with the community, creators, and developers. And their incentive is completely aligned through a contribution reward mechanism that we've created. This is the very vision that we want to bring into reality, integrating the blockchain technology and shifting the paradigm of how entertainments are created and consumed. Our goal here is to form a self-sustainable and self-expanding ecosystem on top of a long-loved IP, MapleStory.
So you've got more than 50 million active users, having been playing the game for over a decade. I mean, from these active users, how many do you expect? How many of these users do you expect to actually adopt this blockchain technology? And it's essentially meaning buying in-game currencies instead of using fiat currencies such as the dollar or the Korean won.
Right. We are expecting. I mean, we can start small. You know, I think we have a definite advantage of having a very well-known IP in the first place, and what makes a bit different from the existing MapleStory, as mentioned earlier, we're fundamentally revisiting the existing relationship between game companies and users. We are even inviting users to become more than consumers. So this is the new experience that we are offering to the existing fan base of MapleStory. We have observed for the last decade that TV stations were losing their audience to social streaming platforms like YouTube and TikTok, where they completely redefined who can become content creators and consumers. And yes, game companies are not immune to it. So we are opening up our IP to everyone. We are building a Web3 ecosystem and very much ready to provide necessary tools as well as rules. We are also making sure that this is the place where every contribution by the community is incentivized through contribution rewards under a safe and transparent environment secured by blockchain. Our monetization strategy is based on users' meaningful actions within the ecosystem, where fees are implied naturally and thus closely aligned to the exponential growth of the ecosystem that is self-sustainable as well as self-expanding.
Yeah, so tell us about how this is going to really change your Nexon's monetization plan or the business model itself, because I understand that gaming companies make money from, well, some of it from selling these items to people who are trying to get to the next level or the next stage or, I don't know, have another life so that they can actually stay in this round of gaming. But without that, how do you make money? How does this make sense for Nexon?
Right. Maybe in the first place, I could give you, I could reiterate that MapleStory Universe, our project, is a whole new way of enjoying MapleStory IP. This is more of a philosophical expansion. Basically, ownership of game assets are transferred to players, and every asset and achievement is recorded on chain, giving players full control over what they can do with them. This is a very real demand, as we know there is a massive gray market for in-game items operated by third parties. And we are estimating that the annual transaction volume of MapleStory items alone in the gray market goes beyond $1 billion in US dollars by annual basis. Basically, we are bringing the underground but massive economy to a transparent, safe, and legitimate environment transferring asset ownerships means now we are sharing the value of our IP with the users, and we are providing the right place for anyone to express their creativity. All of the vision and philosophy behind MapleStory Universe can only become reality thanks to the blockchain technology. And what we are offering is the ecosystem, as I mentioned, and we are monetizing every activity by the participant of the ecosystem, and this is how we this is the business model. Yeah.
Why do you feel the need to do this? Like build that ecosystem, as you put it. Do you eventually plan to go beyond MapleStory to apply this to other games in your portfolio, or in the other direction, introduce the existing cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to your franchises?
As I've mentioned, gaming industry or even entertainment industry in general is going through a tremendous hardships. Content creation is becoming more and more expensive, and users, it's becoming increasingly difficult to define what is fun for as many audiences as possible. And what we are bringing here is the ecosystem where anyone can build their own content, find their own audience, user base, and we are offering the IP that makes their own content even more fruitful or attractive. So we are basically becoming an ecosystem operator where content creation is infinite. And this is, we believe, going to be one of the next gen business models that that entertainment industry can embrace. And obviously,
really quickly, we've got a minute to go, Dominic, but Nexon is a company that has a Korean roots, and it's listed in Japan, but why all the way go all the way to Abu Dhabi to do this launch for the subsidiary?
Right. I think the UAE is showing what a proactive innovation-first regulation can look like. They offer clear frameworks that balance compliance and progress. For companies like us, like Nexon, it's not about avoiding regulations. It's always about clarity and consistency. Having said that, we all know many other jurisdictions are making efforts to welcome the new technologies and integrate. Different governments have different priorities, even around one single topic, such as blockchain. Some are focusing on institutional adoption. Some are focusing on retail protection, etc. We gravitated the clearest jurisdiction that provides clarity and consistency, also promoting innovations, which suits a game company like us.